Some artifacts are steeped in history, but only a few carry with them the weight of power, fate, and ambition, like the imperial seal of China. A simple piece of jade, yet it represented an empire's claim to the throne, a symbol of divine right and absolute rule. But this relic, far from being simple, has vanished from history. Its story is one of blood and secrets that may never be fully recovered. Legend tells us that the seal was given to Qin Shi Huang as a symbol of his rule, a sign that the heavens have obtained his reign. Made of a rare green jade known as heshibi, which was a bee, or jade annulus, or ceremonial jade annulus. Bee artifacts date back to the Liangzhu culture between 3400 and 2250 BCE. The seal was engraved with a dragon, and its inscription read, "Having received the mandate from heaven, may the emperor lead a long and prosperous life." This wasn't just a mark of authority, it was the ultimate proof that the holder of the seal was the true ruler of China. Without it, an emperor's claim to the throne was next to nothing. In those days, the seal wasn't just a piece of art, it was a symbol of the divine mandate that the emperor's rule was unchallenged and unquestioned. As long as the seal existed, the empire would stand. But, as history tells us, nothing is ever that simple. By the end of the Qin dynasty, the seal was passed down through the hands of various emperors. For centuries, it carried the weight of imperial legitimacy, but then, in a twist of fate, the seal simply vanished. Some believe that the seal was lost during the fall of the Qin dynasty in 206 BCE. Others say it was stolen during the chaos of warfare. Whatever the truth, the seal disappeared from recorded history, and its whereabouts became one of the greatest mysteries of all time.
This is... a seal.
The one and only Imperial seal. Really?
That's incredible! It's like the heavens themselves have chosen you. I mean, it has to be. What are the odds of this happening?
Father?
Though lost to history for centuries, the seal resurfaced again during the Han Dynasty and at the end of the Han Dynasty in the 3rd century AD. General Sun Jian found the imperial seal when the coalition armies occupied the evacuated Han imperial capital of Luoyang. In the course of the campaign against Dongzhuo, giving it to his chief warlord, Yuan Shu. In the Romance of the Three Kingdoms series, it says that one of Sun Jian's men betrayed him and told about the seal to the coalition leader Yuan Shao, who asked him for the seal, but Sun Jian refused. Xiao then commanded Liu Biao to block his way. In doing so, he was unable to defeat Sun Jian. Later on, Sun Jian had been defeated by Liu Biao, and the imperial seal was then passed on to Sun Jian's son, Sun Ce, who then gave it to Yuan Shu so that he might lend him troops to take revenge for his uncle. Upon receiving the seal, Yuan Shu had declared himself emperor, which angered the warlords Cao Cao and Liu Bei, leading to several crushing defeats by each army. The other warlords, even after being issued with an imperial decree, refused to help Cao Cao and Liu Bei in defeating Yuan Shu. In 199, Yuan Shu was defeated by Liu Bei, and somehow the seal came into the hands of Cao Cao, whose son Cao Pi proclaimed the Wei dynasty as the legitimate successor state to Han in 220. The seal remained in the hands of the Wei dynasty until the last emperor Cao Huang was forced to abdicate to Sima Yan's favor, passing the seal from Cao to Sima and established the Jin dynasty in 265. From this point forward, the seal became a coveted object. Every emperor wanted it, and everyone who claimed it wielded supreme power. The seal passed through the hands of many rulers, and with each new emperor came new drama, political intrigue, and often bloodshed. In fact, the seal was so tied to the very essence of Chinese rule that emperors went to great lengths to protect it. Even during times of invasion or rebellion, the seal was said to be locked away in secret chambers, hidden by the emperors themselves. However, by the end of the Tang dynasty in 907 CE, the seal mysteriously disappeared once more. Some say it was stolen, others believed it was lost in battle, but its fate remains uncertain. There is one theory floating around that says it might be in Genghis Khan's tomb. All we know is, after this point, no ruler ever again held the seal of the realm. Over the years, the seal has become more than just an artifact. It's a piece of lost history that countless individuals have searched for. Emperors, warlords, and treasure hunters all sought the seal, convinced that whoever possessed it would reign supreme over China. One notable figure was the King Emperor Qianlong, who, in the 18th century, launched multiple expeditions to find the seal, only to come up empty-handed. Despite all efforts, the seal remained elusive. If the imperial seal were ever found today, it's safe to say it would be worth a staggering amount of money. While its exact value is impossible to determine, without knowing its condition or authenticity, experts have speculated that the seal would likely fetch upwards of 100 million, perhaps even more. This would place it among the most valuable artifacts in the world, on par with the likes of the Hope Diamond and the crown jewels of England. In the early 20th century, as the Qing Empire pursued reforms to modernize its system of government, a series of official seals were created for use on documents and instruments of the imperial government. 4 seal dies were carved: the seal of the Great King, the seal of the Great King Emperor, the Great Seal of the Great Qing Empire, and the seal of the Emperor of the Great Qing Empire. Of these, the Great Seal of the Great Qing Empire represented the official modern replacement for the lost heirloom seal. The seal dies are in the collection of the Palace Museum in Beijing, and none show signs of use. Several seals have since been claimed as the lost heirloom seal, but none have held up under scrutiny. In at least one case, the seal concerned was found to be a personal seal of an emperor, rather than the original heirloom. If this artifact is found, there is one telling detail to whether this is the correct item or not. At the end of the Western Han Dynasty in 9 CE, Wang Mang, the usurper, forced the Han Empress to hand over the seal. The Empress, in anger, threw the seal on the ground, chipping one corner. Later on, Wang Mang ordered the corner to be restored with gold. So if the heirloom is ever found, the distinct color differential on one of the corners would be a dead giveaway. The true value of the imperial seal isn't just in monetary wealth. It's in the symbolism and the power it represents. Holding the seal meant more than riches. It meant control over an entire empire, divine legitimacy, and the weight of 1,000 years of history. Today, the imperial seal of China is no longer in the hands of any emperor or ruler. Its legacy, however, remains etched in history. It is a reminder of the fragility of power and how easily the most sacred symbols can slip through the fingers of those who seek to control them. The seal's story isn't just about one artifact. It's about the rise and fall of empires, the fragility of human ambition, and the way that power can be lost or stolen in the blink of an eye. Is it hidden somewhere, waiting to be discovered by a future ruler or thief? Until that day comes, the seal will remain one of history's greatest mysteries. A symbol of power, long lost, but never forgotten. So what do you think? Will the Imperial Seal ever resurface? Or is it gone for good, leaving only its legend behind?